So I'm going to make the chicken dish for you first. And here we have fresh chicken breasts that I'm just pounding down with a weighted meat pounder. That's really important. And if you notice, I'm wearing gloves because when you're dealing with raw meat in the chicken, you really don't want to contaminate surfaces. So this is a great idea because after you work with the chicken, you can take them off and then your hands are clean. And this is another good thing to use. These are disposable, or you can put them in your dishwasher. They're plastic meat trays that you can use to put on your cutting board. And that's another way not to contaminate the surfaces. So once you have the chicken breast pounded down to an even thinness, then you want to put it in a bag. I put it in just a Ziploc bag, which has flour, salt, and pepper. Then I just zip up the bag and get those chicken pieces well coated in the flour. So you want to mix up 2 eggs, and then you have some breadcrumbs ready. So you want to make this like a little production. And here are my breadcrumbs. And you want to just use really good fresh bread that you've browned either in the oven as crumbs, or you want to do it in a saute pan on top of the stove. And then I take the chicken out with a tong. And there it is. You don't want too much flour. You just want to lightly flour those. I'm just going to leave that aside. And then roll the chicken breasts around, you see, to coat them well in that egg mixture. And then you take them and put them into your breadcrumbs. You can season the breadcrumbs any way you want. I just have a little bit of salt and pepper, but it would be nice to add a little bit of Parmigiano Reggiano cheese if you wanted to, and coat them well. And then you want to put this into a very hot pan. Turn it around, and you really want to coat that well. You see how nice that adheres to the chicken? And I can take that one, put it right here in my pan, and this is just unsalted butter. So let me get the second one, and you see how nicely the crumbs adhere to that. My last one, coated, and that goes in, and these should just brown very quickly on one side before we turn them over and put them on the turn them on the other side. Now it's really important that you have these in a single layer. We want to make an emulsion. So here we have some fresh lemon juice, and I just want to take a little salt in a bowl, and put in about 1/4 cup of lemon juice. And then with a whisk, you want to whisk in some extra virgin olive oil to make just a light salad dressing for the arugula. And then I like to put the chicken on the salad, and it makes a really nice summer dish. Well, that one looks pretty good. We can turn that one, turn the heat up a little bit more here. Let's see how that one's doing. That looks good too. And after you turn them over, what I like to do is give them some cheese and prosciutto, because this really adds additional flavor. So here is that wonderful product again from Emilia-Romagna, the region that we're talking about this year. Here's our prosciutto, sliced very thin, and we're going to put a slice over each of these chicken breasts. And if they're a little large, you can just fold them over, just like that. So make sure when you go to buy this that you get very thin sliced prosciutto and that it is separated for you so that it's easy to get off the paper. Fontina cheese is a nice melting cheese. It's a cow's milk cheese. And I'm going to turn the heat down now because I can see these are sizzling away. You just top them with the cheese, lower the heat, put the cover back on, and allow that to melt. And when the cheese is melted, well, then it's time to eat. So now we can put our dressing over those arugula greens. Don't they look great? And give this a toss. So let's toss that well. And when you do a salad like this, you want to make sure that those greens are really, really dry so that the dressing will adhere to it. You could actually eat this cold if you wanted to. A nice little bed of greens. And then, you guessed it, I just put the chicken breasts right over the top. And I might like to gussy this up a little bit with a few lemon wedges on the side, just to make that look pretty. Okay, we have liftoff. They look great. So now we can take them out and put them on our bed of greens. So there's 1, 2, don't they look beautiful? 3, and they're so crispy. They are really, really nicely done. And here's the last one. So there they are. Don't they look succulent? They look great.